Well, hello everybody. It's another video from me, Peter Vicari. Bit of sailing, bit of maintenance this weekend. I've come down, I haven't been down to the boat for about 3 weeks. Been up in Wales walking with my son Alex for a little while, and the weather wasn't right, etc. So I thought I'd come down this weekend. Weather's kind of quite nice, but I've got quite a lot I want to do on the boat. I thought I'd just talk you through a few things. So first of all, the loo. Our toilet on the boat is it's kind of leaking at the top when you pump it. The where the handle is, and it's never been brilliant. Even when I first had the loo installed, I could have said, well, you know, it's not really good enough. I should have, because it leaked even then. But it's got a little bit worse over the last couple of years, and I just thought I've just got to sort this out. So I'm going to dive into here, into the pack of stuff I've got, and hopefully get that sorted out with a new seal for near the top. I mean, I've looked at a video, you can take the whole thing apart. I'm not going to do that this summer. I don't think it needs anything more than that top seal, so I'm hoping that's going to be okay. The second little project I've got to do, I want to do, diesel tank. It's a tank that was put in 2 winters ago, brand new, and as I think everyone is, a little bit concerned about collecting water in the bottom of the tank from condensation and over the winter and stuff, even though I had the tank full. So I bought my trusty pump down, and I'm going to put this probe, the actual, you know, the end of the pump, you can put down, right down to the bottom of the tank. I can feel, I think, where it goes right into the front corner where the shape of the tank is kind of like that. And so if I get the probe down to there, that will be where the water is going to be, if anything. So I'm going to pump a bit of diesel out and see if I get any water with it. That's the only really real way of doing it. I mean, there is a kind of, you know, a valve at the bottom there, but it's not right in the very, very bottom. It's close to the bottom, but not right in the bottom. And, you know, it's very messy trying to let fuel out, and it's very difficult to reach as well. So this is a much easier, cleaner way of checking on condensation getting into the tank. The next bit I'm going to do is actually more of an experiment, to be honest, which I'm kind of quite interested in doing. You'll have seen, and I'm going to show you now, some clips that I've done, not, you know, relatively recently, telephoto shots. I often do really long shots for video, just because quite a lot of things are a long way away, you know. So, you know, I shoot stuff like that and it's great, but the problem is, as you can see here, the camera, when you've got a long lens like this zoomed out, it's really hard for the camera and for me and for the lens, all of which have got stabilization systems in them, including me, of course, my arms. But even then you get this jolty, jittery stuff. The longer the lens is, the more difficult it is to kind of get rid of that. And even then I use software to help reduce it yet again. It's not perfect, so it's really difficult to deal with. So this is something I have had for a few years. I've used a few times. I'm going to use it again, and it's a proper gimbal, and I'm going to be intrigued to see if I can get this to work on the boat. This is the maintenance pack that I got for the loo, and I think it's the correct one for the time it was made. It does look different. That's slightly worrying. Well, one thing's for sure, this does look rather different from what's in the pack here. It's certainly not the same bit of kit. But, you know, it's not so different. 'Cause, 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 'cause That looks absolutely identical. So I reckon I can replace. Can I replace that? On the screw. That's good. Okay. That's out of the washer. Leverage on it without. Oh, oh, yeah. It's coming undone. There we are. Okie dokie. Different O-ring. It's got a different O-ring decision here, which doesn't come with the kit. It's got a thinner one on this, and I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to put the plunger down quite as far because of these locking bits, which obviously are part of a different kit, but I think the rest of it is the same. The seal is in, I reckon there's a seal that's actually missing in that. It looks like that to me, which would explain why water's coming out at the top. This fits. Is this okay? I think it just gives it something to bump against when it hits that. Don't need to be quite so aggressive with it this time. I have a feeling I even cut through the tape last time, but anyway. That's and obviously I need to buy another service pack, the correct one. Right, let's see what happens. Get some visuals here so you can actually see into the bowl. Exciting. Wow, unbelievable. Slightly different going on there, but it's working. It's when it's on the exit valve. Bringing water in is fine. Oh well, I will. It seems to work. I'll just have to see how I get on. Job kind of done. We'll see. Okay, so here we go with the gimbal. So it's pretty well balanced now. That's pretty good. And so now if I switch it on, make sure it's tightened up properly. If I switch it on now, not going on. Oh, there we go. There. So, it's got into a wobble. I had this before. Okay, so I do have a possible route forward with this. I've got an app. Oh well, so I have performed this auto calibrate on the app, and what happens? Somebody suggests it tends to work. Okay, there we go. Well, no, I think it's kind of playing its game. Yeah, it tends to. That's right. It kind of, if you tilt it down, it will go down. Anyway, I'm going to go and do some experiments. I mean, the boat's just on a mooring, so it's not going to be it's not going to be ideal. We'll see what happens when it's not on a very long lens. It's only on 80mm, so it's just not particularly long focus. But as I said, I'm going to just try it out. Follows around slightly. I mean, you know, it's doing its job. Can I do that as well, just handheld at that focal length? It's not really what the gimbal's designed to do. It's designed for walking around and moving with the camera. I mean, I know it's moving and it's on the boat, but I think this isn't really going to solve any problems. But it was an interesting experiment. You can pan around. See what we get. There we go. I might try it without the gimbal in a minute. But now handheld without the gimbal. Seeing what I get. My best attempt at keeping it nice and steady. Well, hello everybody. So I have had a little bit of a day today. You've seen a bit of the video going out well, I kind of did a bit of a sail, went out to the Chichester bar beacon, which, well, it was an ebb tide and a pretty strong southwesterly, a bit stronger than they had suggested, and it was a very bouncy ride, as you could see, and I just thought, I'm not going to kind of go out and crash around for too long. It was very nice, very warm. It was perfectly nice in some ways. Anyway, I thought I'd come back and do some more chores, and so that's what I did, and had a kind of just comfortable time. And I've actually come to Pilsey Island. I'm just inside the Thorny Channel, and I've just anchored here for the night because I hope to go out tomorrow. The sea state should be a lot calmer, and the wind's going to drop a lot. It's going down to round to the north, so it should be a comfortable night once the wind drops. And yeah, it's good. It's been good. What have I done? I did pump out some a little bit of fuel from the bottom of the tank. I do remember doing this before, and quite tricky to detect where the probe of the pump, the hose, goes into actually touches the bottom corner of the tank. I think I got it to do that, and I don't think there's any water in there. I did pull a little bit out, but it looked all very, very clean. So it's very difficult to tell whether that's a real thing or not. I might have to take the top of the tank off maybe this winter and really have a proper look in some way. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but anyway, that's something to do. We tried the gimbal, as you saw. That I don't think it's going to really work. I might persevere with it a bit. Got the loo sorted out. That does seem to be working really properly, actually. I wasn't quite sure, but it does seem to be absolutely fine. Yeah, so other than that, I'm anchored here, and I'm now starting to make a bit of something to eat. Got a bit of salami and some olives, a bit of beer, and I'm going to cook. Can you not guess? Gary's special chunky chicken again. Yet again, it's my default, and it's just because it's so easy to do. And I'm going to have a go at that again tonight. Yes, excuse the lighting as the sun wanders around as the boat moves around on the anchorage here. It is looking at, getting some flare in the lens, and as the sun moves around, or the boat moves around with the sun. Anyway, I will keep you updated about what's happening next on this little weekend away. Cheers. Well, it's 5 in the morning. Here on Thorny Channel. I can go back to bed now. Well, it's Sunday morning, looking back down at the Thorny Island mooring trots. Well, so those of you who are followers of mostly boaty will know I've been using this solar panel for a while, and now I can monitor it properly with the smart shunt. I can kind of really get a sense of what's happening, and how quickly the battery is depleting, etc. So last night on the anchorage here, I've had my anchor light on, which is the old-fashioned incandescent type. Now it doesn't draw a huge amount of current, but it does draw current, and with the fridge running the whole time as well, with the battery goes back down. Of course, I was using my laptop last night, watching TV, you know, after dark. Well, it actually really wasn't that dark, to be fair. It really wasn't. And I had this thing out until 10 o'clock. Well, no, probably 9:30. Anyway, the paddle works really well. I mean, I got it up this morning. It's, as you can see, a fantastically bright sunny day, and it's you know, to say that it's charging the battery is a little bit of a stretch. It can do 100 watts maximum. It's probably never going to be doing that. I mean, I think at the middle of the day, if it's absolutely lying on the deck at 90 degrees to the sun, then maybe get close to that. But and you know, I don't know how many amps that is, 5 or 6 or something. So you know, even now, I mean, with the sun low in the sky and it's incredibly bright, it's probably got 3 to 4 amps going into it, I'm guessing. So you know, it helps. It all helps. It certainly prevents any more drain. You know, the fridge can run properly now, because that will reduce its capability or its kind of effectiveness if the amps drop or the battery charge drops too much. So yeah, it's just been really, you know, interesting to kind of get a sense of how much power is going in. Right, so today I'll be off to do a bit of sailing again. This time I might get a bit further. Hopefully, I might go and put some fuel on the boat while I'm kind of lazing about, really. Yeah, I might go for a little sail. It's very gentle today, but it's lovely and sunny, perfect summer's day. Well, so here's my breakfast. I always like to do a bit of bacon when I'm on the boat. I've got some toast I'm going to be doing in the grill. I've got to light that, but it's always entertaining to see whether I can get by without actually burning it. So just a little bit more on, you know, power consumption on this boat. That's, you know, you could turn everything off, obviously you can, and lots of people are very economical with how much energy they use, but you know, I've got things charging. This is my new 5G router. I've gone down the 5G route rather than going with Mr. Elon Musk's offering. Good though I hear that it is. Anyway, that was just what I decided to do. It uses less power than Mr. Musk's Starlink as well. And then these speakers, I've got a pair of these Harman Kardon speakers. I don't know whether people are really aware. I'm sure lots of people do know about this, but quite a lot of these speakers, when you buy them, if you buy the 2 of them, you can set them up as a stereo pair. And of course, that makes the sound just so much better. So that's what I've done, but those need charging up every now and again. The batteries last really well, but I got, you know, 10 hours of music out of them. So yes, there's just some of the things that I do charge up on the boat. As you can see, laptop, speakers, camera, torch sometimes, obviously the handheld radio, and my little Hoover, which I use as well, and of course the phone, or phones if there are other people on the boat, and their other stuff if there are any. So yeah, you know, you can end up charging quite a few things. Anyway, it's just making a small point, really. Oh look, they're just going. Right, I need to can I put this down here? Yeah, it's not too hard. Yeah, I'm going to turn these around. It doesn't help that the grill is very uneven in terms of where it heats. Can we see inside there? Look, there you go. It's fine, it works. It's just, if you forget what you're doing or you get wrapped up in making a video, you soon burn your toast. So this is the latest little bit of extra luxury on the boat. I noticed that some of our Thorney Island Sailing Club members grind their own coffee on the boat manually, and I was given this coffee grinder for Christmas by one of my boys. I think it was Sebastian, and so I've started making coffee on board, which is the real McCoy. So I think take this off. It all takes a bit of time, but then, you know, the best things in life usually involve a little bit of love and extra care. Turn that one right down. There we are. Yes, well, good. Yeah, proper coffee. Well, it was a muddy bottom last night, so I'm just hoping to clean the anchor off a little bit whilst I motor off towards Sparks, get some fuel. Well, I came out for a sail and it's lovely. I'm kind of heading in the direction of the Nab Tower, which you can see is that little pinprick on the right hand side of the screen there. The tide's kind of taking me some of the way towards that. I won't get anywhere near it because I'm going to have to turn around, come back in and face a very fast ebb tide to get back at a sensible time. Well, there's no flies on my mate Giles, having had a fantastic week and a bit going to France with the Thorney Island Sailing Club. He's then had a week in Greece, which apparently was really good. Now he's chasing me out of the harbour and on his way to Weymouth via Portsmouth to pick up Jane, his wife, and Summer, his daughter. So, yeah, plenty of sailing for Giles this summer. Well, there we go, look at that. A tug helping that ship to do a turn, I think. To bring the stern round, maybe. I don't know, or slow it down, goodness knows. It's on the way round towards the Nab. Right, last leg back into Chichester. Got quite a significant ebb tide running now, and I've just got the main up. Tried to fly the jib, it just wouldn't stick on this side. I mean, I've got the preventer out on the main. I could have put main out the other side and probably got the Genoa to jib to stay out, or I could have put a spar up to hold the jib out, which I've done before, but I'm on my own and coming into the harbour here, having both sails of limited in that way, not much room for doing things quickly if a problem occurs, so I've decided just to go slow. So I get in eventually. I was doing 4 knots through the water, 4.5 knots through the water, apparently, according to my log. I'm not quite sure whether it reads accurately. It seems to be over-reading a bit. But on the GPS down here, I don't know if you can see that, it's reading 1.3 now, 1.3 knots, and I was going half a knot, if that. So yeah, I don't mind a slow sail, but at that speed, and I haven't even got to the entrance of the harbour yet. Yeah, I think I'd have been here all afternoon. So, woohoo! Bit of a joyride. That boat going past. Yeah. So, yeah, given up. Put the engine on. I might crank it up a bit. It's only at 1500 RPM. Go for 2000. There we go. What's that going to give us? Getting on for 6 knots now. Through the water, yeah. We're still only doing 2 knots. I don't know whether you can see that. 2 knots over the ground. Well, that's been a good weekend. No distance, but just some jobs, a little bit of sailing, and yeah, it was good. Yes, thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.